Do we have freedom, a full, complete freedom? Do we have equal justice under the law? Do we have equality of opportunity? So the unraveling started from a lie. Because when it said we the people, no women were involved in that. Uh-oh. Now I want you to talk to me. When the Federalist Papers were argued, there wasn't no woman in the room. We the people. But you ain't people if you're a woman. Over 100 years, a woman had to wait to vote. I'm talking about white women. So if we, the people, didn't really include white women, and you know it never included black men and women, brown men and women. So you've been here, bless your hearts, trying to fit in. Well, let's look at what America's promise has been to us. You already know, I don't need to rehearse that, but I want to show you the Great Seal of America. I asked my team to don't fall asleep back there. I want you to show the original seal of this nation. It had on its face, oh, thank you, seal of the United States of America. Look at it. It was a coat of arms of 6 white European nations that made up this new nation. England, Scotland, Ireland, France, Germany, and Holland. It has the initials of the 13 colonies, and it depicts a woman holding the scales of justice. And the U.S. motto in Latin, E pluribus unum, out of many, one. You learned that in your civics class. But even though the country was populated by the native people, black slaves, the official seal of the country was never designed to reflect our presence, only that of European immigrants. But look at the back of the seal. Show the back of that first original seal. There it is. The design reveals the spiritual blindness inherent in the origin of the United States. The founding fathers upheld obedience to God as their symbol while practicing genocide, colonialism, and slavery. We are tied up in every part of the history of this nation. We are in it, our presence is a part of it, and it kept them arguing with each other over the big question that remains today: what to do with the black, the brown, the non-white. It was Thomas Jefferson who helped design the seal, And while he was designing it, I want you to look at what he said. I tremble for my country when I reflect that God is just and that his justice cannot sleep forever. So let's go back to that seal, brother. They got a strange thing in the air. With a light and fire in it, and the light is shining down on Moses. You see Moses with his hand stretched out. Pharaoh in a chariot with a sword in his hand. Because after Pharaoh decided to let the children go, he changed his mind. And he picked up a sword and was coming to kill all of them. And so this picture of what was above their heads that I will explain to you today, inshallah, they knew judgment was coming to America. I want you to hear me. The founding fathers knew that one day they would have to pay for what they did to the Native Americans, to the slaves, to all of the people that they have made poor and destitute, robbing them of their resources. Oh, yeah. God has never favored the undertakings of slavery, genocide, and colonialism. And look at the words of Jesus. One comes at the end, and he uses the pronoun I. And you say we. He said, I will set up a new heaven and a new earth, and the former things will pass away. All of this is to go at the end of the time of the rule of the Caucasian. God comes to set up a new government, a new people. Behold, I make all things new. There'll be a new heaven, a new earth. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that the new heaven means a new spiritual power. And the new earth is a new political power. Because if heaven and earth don't work together, the earth suffers. If the rain stops, if the clouds don't come over the earth dies. When you got government and all you can do as a member of Congress is say a weak prayer to open the Senate and the House of Representatives, but there's no real connection to God. Yet you say, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. And you go on to say, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. My mother said to me when I was going to school as a youngster, she said with her beautiful West Indian accent, she said, "Gene, I don't want you to say these words like they give it to you, you know. I want you to say, with liberty and justice for white people." So I never said the Pledge of Allegiance the way it's written. When I got to that part, I said, for liberty and justice for white. But is that right? Then tell me, why do you want to get into something that is coming to an end?